Okay, what is up everyone? Welcome to this afternoon's stream on the Final Fantasy X Hardcore Nuzlocke. If you join us in the chat, great to have you with us as always, and if you join us on the VOD, thanks for checking back, and hope you enjoyed today's stream and the video content. Where are we today? We are exploring, or looking to prepare and explore the Calmlands. In the previous episode, it was an absolutely epic stream, and it went all the way from attempt 17 to attempt 21, but we finally managed to get through not just Evray, not just Evray Altana, which is arguably the most RNG fight in this game, but we managed to traverse the High Bridge and get through Seymour Natus as well. So that leaves us in Macalania, and we've got the cutscenes to do, although I'm probably just going to skip them. Just going to check if the audio managed to traverse the... Yeah, perfect. Coming in nicely. So there is a lot to do even before we get to start exploring the Calmlands, and what that means is we need to get Riku into SOS, we need to get Kimahri into SOS, and we also need to probably get Riku Loner Overdrive. There's a couple of... Oh, she's already got it. Fantastic. I think she's actually got that from the Thunder Plains, which was going to get it from the Thunder Plains had I not got it. So that's really good to know, because there will be instances, I do believe, in the Calmlands where we need to potentially use either Ally, Daredevil or Loner, or even Victor, I imagine. But we'll see. I mean, the Calmlands is going to operate a lot like it did in Bikanel. There's going to be a lot of swapping between Auton, Kimahri and Riku. The other thing we do need to get is an Auton Overdrive. So let's just figure that one out. I think what we'll do is we'll move Auton back to Victor. We need Thief, we need Riku in an Overdrive state, and we can get that from... Where's the best place to get that from? It's probably... it's probably the Thunder Plains with SOS... I'm just trying to think. In fact, it's probably Lake Macalania with, I think, Daredevil, just like we did before. And we can get there really easily now. So we've got an Overdrive for Kimahri, so we don't have to worry about him. Let's put everyone to Victor where we can. I'm going to keep Tidus as ally. Yeah, everyone else seems to be okay. Right, let's get our equipment set up. So what we need is... That's fine for Tidus, I believe. If you could also let me know if you are watching back live or on the VOD, if you could let me know about the audio today. I'm still having some issues, and I took on some feedback from the previous stream, so if it's too loud, either the game or the voice audio, please let me know. Right. What we've also got is... In fact, let's... Just trying to recall how I went about doing the Lake Macalania before. We've got all the time in the world now to prepare for that. Yeah, I think that's probably the best for Yuna at the moment. Auron we're going to keep with the plus 10%. Riku, she can keep with those. That's fine for Kimahri, that's fine for her. Waka, yeah, that's fine. In fact, we're going to move Riku to SOS Norfrost. Yo, LG, my man, what's happening? How's it going? How's your Sunday going, brother? Great to see you again, man. Appreciate all the love and support yesterday. And yeah, we finally made it to the Calmlands. We've just got to do a bit of prep work, just getting people into Overdrive and Riku into SOS. But then I think it's all systems go. And yeah, what's up, man? What's up? I'm buzzing to be back. I mean, I got loads going on, but I can't kind of keep away from... I couldn't keep away yesterday any longer. I'd done enough practice runs and stuff, so it's just a case of sometimes you've just got to jump in the deep end, haven't you? Right, what we will do as well is equip Kamari with the good old Sleep Strike. In fact, actually, let me just double check what the Ice Flan is more susceptible to, because if it is sleep, we'll go with sleep. If it's sleep, silence and dark, it's all 20%. Okay, so that's fine then. What we do need to do is sell this, actually, because right now we need to equip that. So let's get all of this out of the way. I need to put my cutscene remover on. And I am going to take it a bit slow and steady today because I haven't done any testing for the Calmlands. So yeah, I'm going to take it slow and steady and just hope for the best. Hope we get some good RNG with the encounters. Hope we get some good RNG with the steals as well. You know, I forgot that Yuna gets that ring. Because all the way back in one of the earlier attempts, we actually ended up getting this from Ochu. And it hasn't even been used yet. It was potentially for the Yunalesca fight, but I've got a feeling we're not going to need Confused Ward for the Yunalesca fight. So what I might end up doing is swapping that for a Serene ring, because I'm going to need a Serene ring for Spectral Keeper if my intended strategy works, which I believe it will. So let's make our way to Lake Macalania. Hopefully we don't get an encounter. If we do, we've got... yeah, we've got plenty in the kitty. Now, of course, the Celestial Mirror is not up for grabs in this challenge, and neither is... neither are the Celestial Weapons, so... so that's out of bounds, but just checking the chat. LG in the chat saying, can't speak too long for a bit. I'm on a birthday party, more coffee gathering. We'll lurk for a bit. Nice one, Mal. Great to see you. Anyway, how did you leave the whole side quest rule at? Let's just revisit that, right? Because, yeah, there are a lot of rules when it comes to this challenge, I must admit. And sometimes it does even... it does get a bit complex, I would say. But that's the nature of, that's the whole intended nature of this, is to kind of set a lot of boundaries really with this hardcore Nuzlocke. So like most Nuzlockes, once a character faints or an Aeon, can't be reused for the remainder of the run. The main thing about this Nuzlocke though is only the first unique enemy on a new route or a new screen can be stolen from. Obtaining a Ronso Rage from your first encounter, we've actually scrapped that rule. So, and I must nickname every character an Aeon. Now, If any of them are broken, which I don't think at the moment any of them have been, then the run is kind of null and void. However, the hardcore rules, I can't use items in battle. And just to LG's point in the chat, how did I end up with the minigame rule? Because at the time of starting this, I didn't include any minigames whatsoever. But as we've progressed through, we've unpicked which ones are actually safe to include and which ones aren't. So the ones that we decided that we couldn't do are the Elbed compilation sphere, obviously, because we'd get 99 underdog secrets, collect any of the Elbed primers, fight Belgamine, gain extra aeons, or play the mini-games, including Blitzball, Butterfly Hunting, Lightning Dodging, and the Remium Temple Chocobo Racing. But there are a few that it doesn't apply to. And the last part of the hardcore rules are you can't use the sphere grid, so no sphere grid rules apply. There are a couple of other special rules and clauses, but they are in the description and I'll let you go through them. But it's more about, you know, dead characters and the game over, game over and stuff. The clauses are very complex, so I'll let you kind of traverse them at your own accord. But yeah, that's basically the entirety of the rule set. So it's really about limited minigames, limited stealing, limited power-ups, basically. What I want to happen here is that we get to the shop without... an encounter. I really hope that's the case. But the fact that we've done Seymour Natus is such a massive point in this entire playthrough, because the one thing we've opened up now is the monster arena when we get there, and that is absolutely massive. Let's just top up on stuff, and I need to sell that Kimari weapon. Now, the reason I need to sell it is because of one of the clauses within the challenge rules, and that is every character cannot have... Every character in the front three cannot have a duplicate ability. Now, if we do need to pair Auron and Kimari up in the opening trio, if Kimari had access to this Night Lance, I would have to equip it. So we'll go with that, and we'll sell the Night Lance. So yeah, LG, that was no, the monster arena is allowed, but if you think about it, I doubt I'm gonna be able to. I mean, it's going to be tough as hell to get it open in the first place. Although there are some, I've got my thinking cap on about some strategies for that. I'm only allowed one steal there at all. And what are the chances that I'm actually going to be able to fight stuff and capitalize on any of the enemies there, particularly before the airship anyway? So I don't actually think it gives me an advantage to keep the monster arena open or not. There might be some exploits in the post game, or sorry, there might be some exploits of it after getting the airship. But yeah, I think the Farplane Winds are going to be... They're either going to break the game, and it means we close the monster arena, or it's going to be essential. Right? Because Death Strike is going to be wonderful. I don't think we're going to need Death Proof, so we can just use them. Just checking the chat then, we've got one suggestion that both the mic and the game sound are good, but another saying the mic audio is only good. If you could let me know, is the game sound a bit high? Is it a bit low? Because I have upped the game sound, but if you're struggling with Yeah, to hear me. Just let me know in the chat. That'd be wonderful. What I suggest is, though, is that we play the Monster Arena by ear, but it is going to be extremely tough to get it open in the first place. And I think the enemy that's going to cause most difficulty is going to be the Chimera Brain, or Brian, or whatever it's called. But look, right, I think you and I think I've had this discussion with a few people, and something's got to give. So for now, the Monster Arena remains open. What I would say is, though, we are in an interesting position here, because I need to figure out how to get Riku and Overdrive and into SOS. And without dying. So what we've got here is the Snow Flan and the Eye, and we've got the Mafdet, all of which Riku can't really take a hit from. What we might have to do actually is go to the Thunder Plains instead. Although now I'm thinking here might be best, and we okay. I need to get into a position where I can get Lulu and Riku in on the same battle, so yeah, I might do this for now. Okay, bit of a slow start, but I do want to prep correctly for the Calmlands in a safe manner. Nice 4 grand. 128,000 gil. That's good, because we're going to need a lot of gil, I believe, for once in on Mount Gagazet. The other thing is, right, we're not at a save point at the minute. So what I need to be careful of is as in a save state, what I need to be careful of is dying, because, or any characters dying, because I'd need to go all the way back to the Via Purifico. I actually need to safely get to the Gorge. Right, I'm going to have to do this. Now I need Yuna in, just to check the health. 60, 360. Okay. Now I need Riku in SOS. And Auron. No, I'm going to swap for Kamari here. So that sleep guarantees that we can take out these two. That's perfect. Oh, shit. I've left her in... I've left her in Slayer, I think. Let me just double check. I think I have left her in Slayer. Let me just check. On the far plane editor. Oh no, she's in Daredevil. That's good. Okay. Right, I need to get the rest of the team out of here. Let's see if I can put this to sleep. Yes, I can. That's a very good start. And we'll just escape with Lulu. So this couldn't have gone any better. Would have been a bit of an icky battle, though, had I not got a preemptive strike, so... One to think about in the future, actually, I think. Now, I've already stolen from this section, so there's no stealing here. We actually picked up our Arctic Winds that gave us access to the exact armour that Riku is currently holding. Or is currently wearing, I suppose. Right, that's fine. I'm even going to probably just escape here. Just to be on the safe side. No messing about. Even picked up a heat lance. Look at that. Let's just make sure everyone's got the right equipment. She needs her SOS haste now, I believe. He's good for... we need Kimahri now in SOS as well. So actually we'll do that in this section as well. So we'll move her back to SOS Norfrost. Put her in Slayer mode. Yeah, Kimahri just needs to be in SOS as well, because we're going to be fluctuating between Riku and Kimahri in the Calmlands. There's going to be instances where we're touch and go as well. That's because there's certain enemies that Riku can't take out, and there's certain enemies that Kimahri can't take out. But the strategy will be, if Riku doesn't have an overdrive, we'll probably have to put her in something like Daredevil and try and get momentum with the turns using SOS haste to try and fill it back up, then maybe bring in Kimahri. But if neither of them have got an overdrive, we're yeah, I don't really know what to suggest there. We might just be, I don't know, we might just have to figure out something with Riku. But the minimum amount of enemies that are going to, we're going to face is one, but there might be a way around those encounters. I'm talking about the Marlborough. I think that's actually the only singular enemy that we do get in the Calmlands. Just thinking. There's double Anaconda, there's double Chimera, there's double Coeurl, there's the rest of triple battles, I believe. That's good. Because, from what I understand, Riku can solo the Marlborough. It'll take a bloody long time, mind you, but she can solo it. One thing I do need, and I'm just going to equip this to a random weapon of hers, is... I need... sensor on Riku. Right, let's get Tidus up front. And who are we going to keep there? I think we'll keep Captain there, Nurse there. Right, let's just double check. We've got... So, Auron I'm not concerned with, because we can get his overdrive back shortly through using Riku and double maps. So that's fine. Kimari, we've got to get into SOS now. Right, she's fine. She's fine. No one else has got sensor. No, that's fine. Okay. So the whole idea here is going to be we bring in Riku. Riku is going to take care of, I'm presuming, the 2 non-Flan enemies. We'll get her out in place of Kimari. So I'm praying that works like that, since Riku has got SOS haste now. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, another preemptive. Wonderful. So yeah, there's 3 turns, which is magnificent. So what that means is she can... she can get herself out once she's taken out them 2. Oh, she even gets 4 turns for the Flan. What I will do then is I will bring in Captain Whacker, and he has got the TKO. He's also got Null Frost. He should be able to tank 1 Blizzard. I'm pretty sure he can. Let's find out. Yes, he can. Wonderful. Right, now we're just in a position where we just need to get Kimari into SOS, so everyone's just going to be chilling. Whacker's in SOS Null Frost, and we'll just defend with the lads as well. So he's immune. Come on, we just need to hit Kimari. It's going to hit everyone but Kimari, I know it is. Fuck, have I potentially lost Auron here? Yeah, we shan't fuck about. Okay, let's get Auron out of there. That's good. He'll be able to tank another one with a Lancet. Perfect. Excellent. Right, touch and go, but we managed to get there. So, let's just check the chat. Yeah, man, risk losing Auron there. I wasn't thinking. But we've managed to get there with everyone intact. We don't want to use Yuna. So, it's actually favourable, I think, that we've got... Yeah, playing a very risky game there, absolutely. But we've actually made it to a position where I'm thinking about keeping Captain Whacker in SOS as well. There aren't going to be many times where the other characters are going to get a turn. So... Oh, that's interesting. They're both on the same health as well. So they're both there in... SOS. Does Kimari have anything better, to be fair, than that? No, he doesn't. Okay. Right, I think it's... So, Kimari in SOS, Riku in SOS. Riku, Loner Overdrive, we've already got that. We need to race to the gorge. And what I believe racing to the gorge means is that the Chocobo trainer ends up at the top of of the Calmlands as opposed to the west, so we don't have to fight or traverse over there to fight any of the real hard game. Equipment should be fine. Oh, equipment and chests to pick them up. Equipment, chests. We'll do the chests once we get a chocobo. So it's onwards to the Calmlands at last. I can't believe we're this far into this challenge. I didn't ever anticipate getting through Evrae Altana, to be honest, but that strategy just worked absolutely perfectly. So I am very, very pleased we finally got there, and we got the best RNG we could have imagined, with Tidus getting hit on the initial turn. So we don't want to save yet, but we finally made it, folks, to the Calmlands. Absolutely wonderful. And what we've got to hope for is a good first steal. In fact, I'm just going to right, let me just check health here, because I might need to use, yeah, so it's a good first encounter, but can Riku do anything here without risking the rest? That's the thing. So we can take care of the mech scout, because we need to, because that's going to take all of the rest of the team out. But I'm wondering, is there an overdrive which allows us to keep the skull alive? It might be a blaster mine, actually. I think even that, though, is going to be too powerful. So, darkness, silence, and sleep to all enemies. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to steal from this guy. So that's our first dream powder. Yeah, it's only got 1,000. I think Blaster Mine does about 1,100. So I've also got, though, now the ability to get an overdrive back and get in a steal. See if I mix and it doesn't kill the guy, the mech scout. I'm a bit fudged here. Is the mech scout susceptible to petrification? I need to double check. I don't think it is. Let me just check the strategy guide, because the P-Birdman guide confuses me sometimes. Mech Scouter, Calmlands, Petrification 0. So Stone Breath here should work. Absolutely wonderful. So we've got a Dream Powder in the kitty, which is fantastic. That might come in handy. What I'm thinking about, though, is just jogging back to Macalania and getting Auton. I didn't think the Macalania could be stoned, but for some reason that mech scout was susceptible to petrification. Right, I'm just going to quickly jog back to Macalania, only because I want to get Auron's Overdrive up as well, just in case we need to put him in the back and have someone else with initiative. I'm thinking in case of something like a Marlborough crops up and we've got a quick out to it. Yeah, I was as shocked as you are, LG. So we're going to get Auron's Overdrive up very easily. We're just going to keep swapping in and out of Kimahri, and Stone Breath will do the job for us. But what this is going to do, it's going to automatically fill his Overdrive up and give Auron 20% because of his Victor. So as you can see, there we go, he's on 40. And we can bring Tidus back in. And we just do this until we can get an Overdrive on Auron. Because all the enemies around here are susceptible to stone. Wonderful. I need to double check, actually. Have we got Yuna with an Overdrive? No, we haven't. We're probably going to need that. Where can we go to get Yuna's Overdrive up that is safe? It might be worth actually doing it here versus one of the flans. So let me have a think here, because let me see if we can customize something. And now I can't get to Moonflow. What I was going to suggest is we go to the Thunder Plains, but we've got to then traverse the second half, and that's very dodgy, considering we could face against Iron Giants. What I'm thinking here is, with her magic defense, can she tank? With her magic defense and plus 10% health, can she tank a Blizzard? Or is it Blizzara? It's a shame she hasn't got an ice. So let's give her plus 10. And we'll unequip that on Auron. Yeah, man, Kimahri is absolutely busted in any FFX challenge, I would say. In most FFX challenges, Kimahri is absolutely busted because of his blue magic. Absolutely busted. Right, we are going to... So Riku has Victor. That's good. Okay, here's what we're going to do to get Nurse into Overdrive as well. We're going to bring in Riku. We're going to use a Blaster Mine. That's going to put everyone to sleep. We're going to get Riku out. Then we're going to be in a position where we'll have Yuna and Waka in SOS Nullfrost. and she'll be in plus 10%. That should be enough to tank one blizzard. I mean, if Waka can, and Waka's only got 5 magic defense and Yuna's got 20, then Yuna should be able to not only tank it but out heal it as well. So yeah, so bring in Riku, blast a mine, get Riku out. Yes, she's on 80% overdrive, but we can make the difference up with Kamari and Riku and Victor on the next phase. Then we bring in Yuna. Then we start getting her to take some damage, whilst Waka is there as well. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So blast the mine. Grenade and antidote. Because I don't want the poison. So grenade, antidote. Wonderful. Oh, we could even get Riku to kill that, actually. That would be good. So let's escape with Auron. Now we've just got to wait until sleep and silence wears off. This is what I'm banking on. Is Yuna... Oh, perfect. Now, is that a high roll, or is that a low roll? And she can out-heal the damage. That's perfect. Right, he's immune, so that's fine. Oof. Fucking hell. I didn't like that. Probably should have given her another 5%. Right, we'll give her another 5%, and she should be able to. She should be able to survive that then. That was dodge. Now you got to try these things though, right? This is unknown territory. Yeah, 5, 4, 6. She should be able to survive with that. We'll do the same strat again. Everyone's good. You're good. You need to remove that. In fact, you can't... Oh, fuck. You can't be in SOS Norfrost now. You can, though. Because of that +5. Yuna's got the +5. So... it actually makes sense for you to be in the opening lineup. We bring in Riku, grenade antidote, and then escape with Auron, and then hopefully we should get there. We'll actually keep Auron in as well, because we can build up his overdrive. Okay, let's go for this strat now. I was very uncomfortable leaving Yuna there with 10 health, so I'm hoping this works in our favour this time. Right, it should be good to go now. Null Frostage on Riku, that's fine. See, even that, Jesus Christ. I'm hoping that's a high roll there. Right, we don't want to use an item. Okay, that's great. Riku takes things out for us. So that's wonderful. Right, everyone apart from Auron now has got an overdrive, which is wonderful. So let's get Yuna back into... we'll leave her in SOS and we'll put her in SOS and Auton Tidus. Oh no, because Kimahri's got Fire Ward. Jesus, some of these pairings now are not good. You can go back to +10. You can stay at that. You can go back to SOS Haste. You can stay on that. Do you really need that though, Kimahri? Let's just give you something like Berserk Ward. Then we can give you Yuna. We can give you that. Okay. Right. What we need now is Auron's one final battle. Just to get his Victor Overdrive mode up fully. Getting loads of preemptive strikes. Ronso Rage, Stone Breath. Kimahri is absolutely busted. Now I think we're prepared for the Calm Lands as best we can be. Let's just check in and get some items and make sure we don't rest. Thank you. Right, just as good, just as well, we can use Stone Breath. That takes care of everything. Kimahri, honestly, broken. With this setup, SOS Overdrive in SOS HP, Slayer Overdrive mode, busted. Too good. I wouldn't say on par with Riku, because Riku's mixability is rather overpowered, but Kimahri with the majority of random battles is extremely powerful. That Stone Breath has carried us big style. Okay, we're finally getting onto the Calm Lands at last. I actually never thought we'd get this far. I was very doubtful when my Evrail Tana strategy didn't work. So we need to make a beeline all the way up there. See where that Chocobo is in the top right? That's where we need to get to quickly. So we've already got our steel. And what we can do here is, again, we can just use Stone Breath SOS Kimahri. That is going to, I'm hoping that the majority of battles are going to be triples and are going to be like that, so we don't have to muck about with different strategies for sorting out our overdrives. Again, what we've found out is this mech scouter is also susceptible to Stone Breath. Usually, mech enemies are not susceptible to petrify, but in this case, for some reason, that one is. What it might be is that the one on flames, on fire, is not susceptible. Right, we're not going to talk to Mage. So far, so good with the encounters, but it's when we start to get double battles, that's when we've got an issue. That's when we've got to figure out some other strategy, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we come to it, really. Always just got to make sure Tidus is up front. Kimahri really carrying the Calmlands at the moment. Stone Breath. It's kind of rinse and repeat, but yeah, we've just got to make sure that we get all the way to the gorge top and get an auto saving. Right, what we're going to get here is a couple of unique items. We're not going to get that or that. We don't need that. We're going to get this. That's a fantastic bangle. And we're going to get this for Riku. Let's see if we can sell some stuff as well. I think these elementals now for Tidus can go unless they've got a slot. Dark Touch and Slow Touch I'll leave for now. Elemental stuff I'm going to keep. Let's see if there's anything chunky we can sell. Yuna may need... she's got a few slots. That was a great drop from Seymour, that one. And I'm not really short of cash. Well, if there's anything chunky that we can sell... So we may need to sell that in future. I think all of these... I'm going to keep them for now, them spears. That's good. Right, they can go. I'll keep that because it's got the free slot. That can go. It's because I've run out of room, you see. That's why I'm getting rid of this stuff. I like the track here as well. It's great. All the I mean, the majority of the wards really aren't going to be of use, apart from probably Berserk ward going forward. Get rid of that. Probably get rid of that as well. Get rid of these. Lulu's arguably got some of the best stuff. I think actually defense +5 will sell that because she's got crap defense anyway. Just making some room, that's all. HP Stroll. I actually think we get rid of that. We're never going to need it. At least for Riku. SOS Shell. I doubt we're ever going to need that, but we'll keep it. Heat Lance, we've already got. not going to need that for Waka, so that's fine. So let's manually just swap some of these bits about. The main one being Riku's weapon. I just need to move Battle Freak and Hawkeye and Survivor to the top. Right. Let's make sure the team is set up correctly as well. Okay. Onwards to the top of the Calmlands. I'm just praying we get some good battles. Stonebreath carrying very hard right now. Alert armlets. You can get some decent drops around here as well, but again, most of them though aren't particularly great. That's not particularly great. Again, so far so good. Kimari putting in some serious work. In fact, I'm going to have him there instead. Come on, we just need to get to the gorge. Oof. This is horrible. So much so, I actually don't know what to do in this situation. Uh-oh. This is the one thing I was worried about. So Riku's safe because she's got evade and counter. What I'm considering is an Albed potion. And then we go into... Yeah, it's a very unfortunate encounter, LG. I think the only way out of this is... It's not susceptible to anything, is it? Let's just have a quick look. Malborough. Power breaks. Provoke. I think the only way out of this is an Albed potion and then a Mighty G. So let's go for this. The only way out, I think, without you losing Waka and or Auron here. Very nice. It means we've lost Riku in SOS, but I think we can get her back in this battle, so that's fine. That's good to know, though. We can tank a physical attack from the Malborough. Yeah, I'm going to have to run now, aren't I? So, let's get Whacker out of there, for fuck's sake. Just get out. So let's get Auron out. Let's get Captain Whacker out. The only thing I'm worried about is if the counter attack increases the bad breath counter. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. I don't have the items yet. But I'm pretty certain that the counter attack doesn't actually I don't think the counter attack increases the bad breath counter. So we could... Right, I mean, the strategy for the intended strategy to capture this is to solo it with Riku and then bring in something when it's at like 50 health. That's going to be a very long battle. So much so, I've just got to escape and hope for the best. But what does that mean? That means that I think we've actually got to have Riku in the front line now. And with Victor Overdrive mode. Or does it? Or can we do some turn manipulation here? Let me just... This is the situation I was most worried about. I think the best thing here... That Malboro, I don't think it does have the eating attack, but I'm going to just double check now. I do believe it just has... Oh, I could have learnt bad breath. So gastric juice or bad breath, those are the only two attacks that the Malboro has. Malboro is targeted, non-fire based, +1 increase. I don't think a counter attack would increase that. I don't think it would. Right, the maximum damage, apparently, according to the P. Birdman guide, is 558, which was close to what... sorry, is 1,115, which is close to what Whacker basically took. I think what we're going to have to do here, folks, is move Riku into Daredevil. Let me just see something. FFX... Overdrive modes. So Daredevil is 5%. So I'm hoping we can get in a couple of turns in the next couple of battles with Riku. So the Malboro doesn't have the eating attack. This Malboro doesn't. It's only the Great Malboro. So it only has Gastric Juice, which is the spit attack, and Bad Breath. But the Bad Breath counter... It will only... Once the counter reaches 7, that's when it uses Bad Breath. If it's not at 7, it uses Gastric Juice. And I'm pretty certain that if we can solo it with Riku, i.e. we just keep pressing defend and have Riku... chip away at it with the evading counter attack, we get it to a point where we can capture it that way. I I think this is the best thing we can hope for, is Daredevil keep swapping Riku's turns. Obviously we're going to need a couple of battles, maybe 2 or 3 here. What it means is, though, is I think we need to move Auron into the back line now and have Waka equipped with initiative. Right, just in case, I don't want there being a duplication of abilities. Fact, no, we'll... Can we have Whacker in evade encounter? No, we can't. Let's keep him in stoneproof. We've got Yuna in initiative there to help us. Oh, we've got no sensor now, so let's have him in and her just in that. That's fine. Okay, I think this is the best we can hope for. Right, again, we're lucky. All 3 of these are susceptible to stone. So let's get Riku some Overdrive. Oh, we've bought more turns than I anticipated there. And then we can bring in Kimari for Stone Breath. This should work. Perfect. Right, that's an excellent encounter. And we've managed to get Riku probably 40% there. Just praying for some more encounters just like that. Oh, this is a horrible encounter. Right, I'm going to need to do some research on these now. So the Coel, we're probably just going to have to Shooting Star. The Mech Scout. I wonder if there's a difference between this Mech Scout and the other Mech Scout. I think to be fair, I think it's just a difference in stats. So the Coel cannot be petrified, but it can be ejected. Good job we got a what's her name here? A preemptive. I think it would have been GG. Okay, so the mech scouts can be petrified as well. Can they be put to... Oh no, we haven't got any sleep. Okay, so I think we bring in Riku, do some swapping for some extra overdrive. Then we bring in Auron to do his shooting star. Then I think we bring in Kimari to do his... Is there any other way? Is there a way actually that the Coel... Is the Coel got resistance to sleep? I imagine they have. I think it's probably a 95% resistance. Let me just double check on the guide. %, resistance. Because what I'm worried about here is... What I'm worried about is a Sleep Striker won't work. So if it's got more than... $3,000, it does those attacks, and if it's got less than 3,000, it does those attacks. Okay. So Thundara, Blizzara, Silence. Right. I don't think there's a situation here where we come out with anyone with an overdrive, which is just fucking insane, really. We can get rid of them all, but we just come out of it with no one having an overdrive. Ooh, I've just realised we've got a dream powder. So maybe... Right, this is the... I think this is the plan. Riku comes in. Let's get in as many turns as we can with Riku. Kimari comes in and Ronso rages. That gets rid of A and C. Auron comes in. So let's get in as many turns as we can with Riku. Right, I think we've got this. And it's not through Riku's overdrive. But I think we can actually get Riku into an overdrive in the next battle. I think we're one away, which is fantastic. So we will have an overdrive. And we don't need to use the dream powder here. One dream powder, okay. Right, we've got to fucking nail this shooting star now. Let's fucking go. Let's go. And we get Riku in Overdrive in the next encounter. Right, this is touch and go though, because we can't have you. I might have doubled up there with Kimahri and Riku. Never mind. We'll have you and Sleep Strike. We'll have you with Initiative. We need Kimahri now in Victor. Riku now needs to be set back to Slayer. I think we did double up there. Oh well. I'll keep going. Doubled up with SOS Overdrive. I should have probably changed weapons with Kimahri. Never mind. That was a good escape. The great escape, that was. Right, everyone's got a unique equipment apart from Waka, who we're going to give the Stone Touch to. Okay, we just need to get through one more battle and then we can bring Kimahri back into the fray. But we're nearly there. We're probably 2 encounters away. Right, this is a great encounter. Because I can use a grenade. No, I can't. I don't want to use a grenade yet. I want to swap. Oh, you silly bastard. I've only given a Slayer too early. Let's see if we can take something out here. Can we take this guy out? Let's get a sensor in. Who's got a fucking sensor? Should have kept her in Daredevil. Although, I'd be in a very tough position now. Okay, so we're going to use Lightning Marble on you. That should give us a full overdrive. And then, is this guy susceptible to... Is the mech susceptible to sleep? I don't think it is. And we don't want to chance it with darkness. Mech Scouter, Calmlands, Sleep Immune. Okay, I think it's going to have to be then double map here. Oh, we're going to need something chunkier than double map. Right, we check the mix list. Let's have a look. double map's not going to cut it. I haven't got enough turns. So I might just have to go for... I might just have to go for a cluster bomb. LG, we had the Malborough encounter. We got through that successfully. Then we had a dodgy Coerl and 2 Mech Scouter encounters. And now we're in this position where I'm just looking at ways around this encounter, because I put Riku into Slayer Overdrive mode too soon and she didn't have a full overdrive. So we're in a bit of a predicament now, but I think the only way out is to use a cluster bomb, which I need a level 1 key sphere and a purple sphere that isn't a Lux sphere. So level 1 and a level 2. Right, that's fine. So we should be able to get Riku into SOS by using Daredevil. Kimari we can put back to Slayer. God, this is messy, but I knew it would be. We can put him back to SOS. Yuna's our sensor. Okay, I think we're good. Let's keep going. I think we've probably only got one more encounter to get through. Slayer, Daredevil. Yeah, that's what we need. Berserk. Okay. Right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and get in as many Riku turns as possible. Yeah, we should be able to get her overdrive back. Then we move back into Kimari to do Stone Breath. And this should take them all out. Wonderful. That was tough. That was a very, very tough Calmlands. And I didn't want to have to use cluster bomb items this early, but it is what it is. Right, same thing here. Bring in Kimari. By the looks of it, with a battle like this, we can probably get 4 or even 5 turns in with Riku in SOS haste. Right, we finally made it to the near bridge, which is our save point, which is our it is a tent, as I'm calling it now. Well, not a tent. Well, I suppose it is a tent. It's a save state. So what I am conscious of though is we've actually got SOS characters. So if I save now, can I go back to the autosave and these will be in SOS? I think I'm just going to have to chance that, because I don't know a way of getting our characters back into SOS if that's not the case. Because we've made it here. This is a save point, or a save state, should I say, once we have saved. So let me put that in. So we've got 148. Let me see if we've got 1493. Yeah, we'll use that one. Right, do we want to do Defender X or do we want to... So let me load the autosave just to see. The autosave should have us in the at the bridge, but with SOS HP. Wonderful. Okay. So, do we want to go on and battle Defender X, which I don't think should be an issue, or do we? What else can we do? Do we do some Chocobo training? Because if I was to go back now... Let's just go back. Right, the Chocobo trainer should be there. And if it is... No, they're not. For fuck's sake. I thought they would be. I'm going to have to go over to the west. Because I'm going to have to do the Monster Arena stuff. Eventually. Let me have a think. Let me have a think. Let me have a think. I did believe that unless I've got to fight Defender X, I think I've got to fight Defender X. So he's got 64,000 health. Hang on then. So let's get in there. Right, so that's our auto save. We'll reload this save back up so we're on the auto save. I think we go for Defender X, and I'm guessing with a Chaos Grenade. Let's have a think. With a Chaos Grenade and Chaos Grenade and what else? What else can we damage it with, really? An Ion? Ifrit, maybe? Or do we go for Bahamut and Shield? I don't think we've got anything to lose. So we bring in Riku. Riku uses Steel because we're on a unique screen. Riku uses Steel. Riku uses a Chaos Grenade. I believe that's probably the best thing we could do. Then maybe we move to Bahamut. What's Bahamut's agility like? (34) with 79 defense. and 50 strength, 55 magic, which is the lowest, but I think that's what we go for. So Riku, steel, maybe use an item. Let's have a look. Let's just get the grenade and map back up to the top. Right, purple spheres we are running short of, but we've got one there, 2, 3. Oh, we've got black magic spheres. Can we make a chaos grenade with a black magic sphere? That is a good point. Let's just double check that. Okay. I don't think we can unless we pair it with some busted... Yeah, far plane wind. Oh, we have got a dream powder. No. Candle of life. No, we haven't got that. So it just looks like grenade. And... yeah, grenade and a purple sphere, which is fine. So, into Riku, steel... chaos grenade, then maybe we should have 3 turns, I imagine. So into then Yuna, into Bahamut. Let's check Defender X's actions versus Aeon's to see if anything is different. Attack, attack, attack. Haymaker on the 4th turn. Okay. And then if HP is below 16,000, which is 25%, and under armor break, it uses Mighty Guard. Right, that's good to know. Okay, I think this is our best shot then. So, let's go... let's trial it out. Because now we're at a save state, I guess we can't really... we can't really go wrong here. So, into Riku. Riku is going to get a couple of turns. We are going to need to survive 1 attack here. Well, let's just try it out. Grenades are at the top. So grenade and a purple sphere. Fuck's sake. Even under darkness as well. Okay, so let's do some testing then with Defender X. I think we do. Right. Riku can nab a steel. 4 lunar curtains, bloody hell. Grenade and Strength Sphere. This will give us a Chaos Grenade. That's a great miss. Now we bring in the nurse, who can summon the Hitman. So right now we're just going to do some testing, I think, and if we get the victory, we get the victory. Right, let's just see how much damage. Oh. That's good. 6,000 with Fire Arga. Jesus Christ. That is marvellous. We can even finish it off, I think, with a Mega Flare. Oof. Okay. Right, take 2. So we've got to count the turns because we need to plan for... yeah, we've got to count the turns because we've got to plan for Haymaker. Okay. Let's keep going. We're getting there. I think the strategy... I think this is the best, probably the best strategy. So into Riku. Riku nabs a steal. Riku then... let's see, actually, if we summon Bahamut now... what damage do we do with... oh, but it's not under darkness. Oh, we're still doing 6,000, so that's fine. Right, that ain't going to work. We need to have the darkness on. Got ya. So the... let me just see if there's another mix actually that can do what can put darkness on for us without using one of our purple spheres. So that's Cluster Bomb. I'm just thinking we might go for a Hazardous Shell, you know, for 4 rounds. Right, counter condition. Defender X has been targeted by 2 physical attacks or by 3 magic attacks. It does Blast Punch. Got you. Okay. Right, we need to remember that then as well. Right, we're going to nab a steal. Now we're going to do a Hazardous Shell instead. That should give us darkness. Fucking hell. Why does it keep hitting through darkness? That is just... it's unlucky. I don't think it's 50-50. I just think we're getting really unlucky. It should be like 75%, something like that. Maybe even less than that. But this is the reason why we've got save states in this Nuzlocke, because There's that much RNG involved. So we nab a steel, and I'm going to go again with the hazardous shell. So there's the miss. We're bringing Nurse for... We'll go with Bahamut again just to see. If not, we'll try for an Elemental Aeon. Maybe Ixion. Now it's under darkness. We're going to go for it. Right, so that's 1. That's 2. This is Blast Punch now. Oh, it comes straight away in with Haymaker. What's that about? Interesting. Because I'd got another turn there, so is Haymaker a counter-attack then? Doesn't look like it. Right, we'll keep with the hazardous shell. I think that's probably the best compromise, right? And it doesn't waste a purple sphere. The thing I'm conscious about is whether Mega Flare does like max damage. So that's 1 magic attack and the miss. That's 2 magic attacks. And the miss. Right, that's a shield. That's a shield. This is Blast Punch. Okay. I think we might have to use a what's her name Aeon here. Let's just see what Mega Flare does. Or yeah, I think we're going to need to use. Yeah, so it's only doing 22,000, so that's fine. Yeah, or we do need to use a Chaos Grenade because we get the darkness for, what is it, 7 or 8 turns, whereas Hazardous Shell is only for 4 turns. So let's just double check. Inflicts. So Blastermine, probably not. Hazardous Shell. Ah, Calamity Bomb. Have I got anything for Calamity Bomb? We do have a Dream Powder, and we get Darkness for 5 turns. And then a Chaos Grenade is... What do we do with a Calamity Bomb? Medium damage And 5 turns. Okay. And what's Chaos Grenade? 8 rounds. Got you. Just seeing our options here for applying darkness. Cluster bomb, you don't inflict anything. Brimstone, a bomb core, and some weird. And oh, a black magic sphere and a bomb core is medium fire damage and darkness for 3 rounds. Oh, that's not very good. And full break for 3 rounds. Okay. Bomb core and dream powder. Fire gem, which we haven't got. Okay. Is that going to be the same for these? Yep. Alright, let's now try an elemental Aeon. So what we're doing right now is we're testing out, usually I'd do this off screen, but since I'm live, I'm testing out Defender X just to see. Yeah, usually I'd wrap things up and then I'd right, let's just go with the hazardous shell for now. Bring in Nurse. Let me just check my Aeon stats. I think I can do that via far plane. No, I can't. That's interesting. Okay, let's summon Jockey, because we'll be able to get elemental healing. Right, it's doing 4 thou. That's decent. Probably should have opened with the Thor's hammer. It's doing quad 9. That's good to know. And we're getting the darkness in. Right, but here's where things change, because Thundara, I'm not saying recovers us fully, but oh, we're in a bit of a loop now. Right, I've got an idea, which is I think what's going to fuck us over is Blast Punch and Haymaker. Yep, that's going to fuck us over. What I'm thinking is we Grand Summon with Yuna, bring in Bahamut, use Mega Flare, recover. Hopefully we've got some turns before it uses Haymaker. Then we should be able to build up enough for us to use a second Mega Flare in the battle. That's what I'm hoping. So Riku does her usual steal, and we'll do Hazardous Shell for now just to test it out. I'm thinking though we're going to absolutely need to use a Chaos Grenade, which is fine because we do, by the looks of it, we do have access to, not in the Calmlands, but in Mount Gagazet, there is a HP sphere, so we can recover. And then I don't think we've got that many enemies where we're going to need to use a Chaos Grenade against. Not when we get Sunburst as well, not when we get 3 stars through the monster capturing, which I am going to do prior to moving on, basically. Halt! Because having access to Riku with Sunburst is going to be incredible. And things like Chocobo Wings and stuff. If we can capture a Cactar, that is. Again, we'll go with the Hazardous Shell, just in case. Because if we can land the Hazardous Shell... Right, that's the best outcome. If we can land a Hazardous Shell and... So let's Grand Summon here. Oh, nice, 23,000. We should be able to get a lot of Overdrive back. Let's fuck it. Let's boost, and we'll play the odds. If that was a Chaos Grenade, and we missed the next few turns, I reckon we can do this. Right, let's see if we can get a cheeky miss. So if he misses this, no, that's fine. Okay. Right, I reckon we're going to have to use a Chaos Grenade here. In order to guarantee so many turns of darkness. Because by the looks of it there, we're only getting four turns of darkness. Where we need a hell of a lot more if we're going to survive. And of course, Blast Punch can't kill us. So I reckon this is the strat. So Riku steals some Lunas. And Grenade. And a Strength Sphere. Now, ideally, we need this attack to miss. That's perfect. Yuna will Grand Summon. Did I not Grand Summon there? Okay, let's just try this out. I think a combination of Chaos Grenade, Grand Summon is going to be the way forward. Right, I think we've only got to survive one more attack here, and then we've done it. Yep, I think think we've done it here, folks. So we'll get the blast punch. Yep. We're going with another Mega Flare. Excelente. Bahamut to the rescue. The Hitman delivering some serious damage. And we get the overkill. That was a low roll as well. 22,000. Wonderful. We'll take that. We didn't even need to use Yuna's Overdrive. That's even better. What we do need to put, though, is Riku back into Daredevil. And I think we need Auron in the back row as well. And then a slight change in equipment. Okay, let's, I don't think we've got anything to lose by trying to get Riku's Overdrive back. Now, is the Chocobo person there? Oh, it is. Magical. That is wonderful news. Right, let's get Yuna and Waka out of here. And we'll try and get Riku as many turns as possible. In fact, have you got... No, you don't have SOS nor Blaze. That's fine. We can equip that to her, because this guarantees us an overdrive with Riku. This sort of encounter. In fact, we can kind of take the piss here, because A is the Nebros, which we can utilise Evade Encounter for. So that's fine. Can we sneak in a few more? Yeah. Are we going to be able to? No, we're not. B actually is susceptible to Evade Encounter as well. So we're going to do this. Right. This is where we can't. So Kimari to the rescue once again. What we could have done, I suppose, is bring Waka in and tank that. Never mind. I think we leave Riku in Daredevil and we chance... We chance getting another decent encounter. Wonderful. Right. This guarantees us a Riku Overdrive. And we bring in Kimari to seal the deal. Excelente. Right, I think to wrap things up, we will do some Chocobo training to get us a Chocobo. And I think we will call it an afternoon, folks. Right, let's just get the equipment set up. You can go back to the Stone Touch. We need you with that. And we need our sensor back. So, let's do some Chocobo training. Oh. Okay. Well, the beauty of this is we don't get any encounters. I don't want to go to the Monster Arena yet. I think that's going to be on the next session. What we can do, though, is go and get the chests. So there's a few quid knocking about here. There's also the level 2 key sphere, which is by the shop. Anything knocking about around here? I don't think there is. We'll get the level 2 key sphere. That's wonderful. I don't think there's anything else. A, B. I've got them. Rusty sword. Yeah, I don't need that. Just to be on the safe side, I am going to actually go back up here and use the autosave on the gorge. Right, let's do some training. Because we can do the training to get the prizes. We just can't do the Remium Temple one. So we'll do... This frustrates the hell out of me, though, this game. Absolutely frustrates the hell out of me. So doing this live is going to be annoying. And I don't know whether to use the D-pad or... No. Not a chance. Right, let's go again. Need to see what the prizes are again. Oh, you bastard. I would have got that as well. Right, I've got the technique now. You've just got to keep pressing left and right, I think. By the looks of it. Basically, just got to edge it forward using left and right. There we go. That should have won it. Spot on. Nice. Chocobo racing. Let's just get some information up. Chocobo training FFX. Right, Elixir. Level 1 and level 2. And then Capture Chocobos level 3. That's cool. No, we'll leave it at that for now. So what I will do is... I will utilise the save, but I'm going to utilise the autosave as well. I might permanently put Auron in the back as well because he's got an overdrive, you know. Has he got an overdrive again? Yes, he has. I'm going to permanently put Auron in the back for now. And we'll give Yuna that with sensor. Oh, we didn't need to do that because he's got sensor. Fuck's sake. Right, I'll correct that. To be fair, the more we have Yuna out as well, the more chance we've got of getting her some additional overdrive modes as well. Okay, so we've got the auto save in. Let's save on 143. Because 149 is the save state, 143 is the ongoing save, and we've also got the auto save. Folks, it's been 2 hours. We're at a decent stop. I'm going to call it a night, and hopefully I'll be back in the week to start doing the Monster Arena and to do the Ronso Brothers, and then we can see where we are after the catching, preparing ourselves for the climb up Mount Gagazet and that arduous battle versus Seymour Flux. If you have joined us in the chat tonight, great to have you with us. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the Jit Geek community, and if you're enjoying the content as well. If you are joining back on the VOD, appreciate you checking out the video. Let me know your thoughts on the challenge, and I'll catch you on the next one. For all those joining us in the chat right now, thanks for checking in. Appreciate the love and support as always. Hope you enjoyed tonight's stream, and hope it was a bit of a short one. Take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.